share with you in our seminar program for our students in the master's program in public health. First of all, I'd like to indicate how this program came about. We normally have our weekly seminars, public health seminars, at lunchtime. It's a lunchtime series, and we felt that this was a point in time when it was very appropriate to expand it, given the participation of our guests today. So the program today is being jointly sponsored by the Masters in Public Health program and the Area Health Education Center program. We're very grateful to two coordinators that helped to bring it about with us to expand it in the way in which we can share this seminar in a more expansive way with you. That's Dr. John Dodds, who is the director of the MPH Luncheon Series seminar, and he is the assistant professor and coordinator of this program. The other individual is Dr. Stephen Zucker, who is the Associate Dean of the College of Medicine and the Director of the AHEC program. And somewhere in between, I reside, along with Gustavo Saldias and Steve Bronsberg. So as a team, we brought this very important time to you. Now, there are a few ground rules that we have to discuss today. Number one, you know that we are interacting with several other student centers, academic centers of Nova Southeastern University. Number one, we have the Jacksonville Center here, and Jacksonville Center was down, I think it's over to the right now. We have the Tampa Center here, and I'm not sure again, Beth will have to go back again. I know this top area is our Kendall Center, but essentially, no matter which center they're from, we have represented Orlando, Tampa, Fort Myers, and Kendall. So they're able to interface with us in this regard. The important guest that we brought here today has been with us before. He had the opportunity to, and it was our great pleasure, that he was able to speak to our M1 students. They were so excited about the depth. I have to go back to the microphone. Okay, thank you again. The special guest that we have here today was a participant with us earlier, and that was with our M1 students in the College of Osteopathic Medicine, in which he was able to present a series of issues, initiatives, and policy as it relates to tobacco. And it was linked very definitely to our Area Health Education Center program, where we have a major tobacco contract with the state of Florida. And as a result of that, it was felt that we need to bring him back. It's very timely to share the breadth and depth of knowledge and information that he has regarding our state of Florida. Now, he cannot stay with us for the length of time that we had thought, until 2:30, because he has another appointment with the commissioners and others over in the Pembroke Pines. So we have to take advantage of the limited time that we do have with him. He is the Honorable Matt Hudson. He is the Florida State Representative for District 101, which covers Collier County and portions of Broward County. He has a very distinguished career. He is currently, as we speak now, the chairman of the Health Care Subcommittee on Appropriations of the Florida House of Representatives. A very important individual who will be through the process over the next several months, being a part of the determiner of what the state mission and budget will be with respect to how we will carry out our activities relative to these economic times. There are three important bills that he passed that are very important to us in the healthcare field. Number one, he sponsored, and it was passed, a bill to provide dental services to underserved rural individuals in the state of Florida. Secondly, we know that government, in terms of its runaway spending in many areas, he sponsored and ultimately a bill was passed relative to making sure that government is contained and they become more efficient. It was really directed towards our Agency for Healthcare Administration. And finally, he is in the throes, was in the throes last year, and I know he will be this year with the heavy task that he has for the state in managing appropriations from our House of Representatives component. To look at the Department of Health. He did last year, and there was a bill that was disseminated throughout the House and the Senate relative to restructuring our Department of Health given our current day and time. I could say so much more about him. He's a very active businessman, and by the way, he is an umpire. I think you are. I saw you as an umpire, and I saw you passing a pretty good message on to the pitcher. and hopefully we're going to get one of those good messages here today. What else do I have to say except that what we're going to talk about today is the reform of our Medicare system, not particularly in the state of Florida, and what those plans are, and other issues as it relate to health. Representative Matt Hudson, let's go ahead.
All right,
okay?
sounds good.
You're welcome.
Well, first of all, let's do a quick mic check. Can everybody hear me? Yeah. Everybody on the screen, we're good? Sweet, outstanding. Thank you. Here, let's just set it back here because I can see that being a disaster. I know me. First of all, Dr. Foster, thank you very much for the kind words and the introduction. It is very much a pleasure to be here with you today. I very much enjoy getting the opportunity to speak at various universities and also at the high school level as well. Since I've been elected, and I got elected in the fall of 2007 in a special election, I've made about 90 separate classroom visits at one educational level or another to be able to communicate with people and let people kind of have direct relationship with the people that actually represent them. I think that's fundamentally important to make sure that we do that. Today's remarks, I'm going to talk on a couple of different things that I think are important, and then we're going to open up for a lot of Q&A, and I hope we'll have a very good dialogue. I'm going to talk a little bit about, just briefly, the state of the state, where we're at and what's going on. Just so you kind of hear it from me rather than from what you might read in one of our news media outlets. So you're hearing it straight from the source. Then we're going to talk a little bit about the Medicaid reform proposals that are being vetted right now. Then I'm going to talk briefly on my plans regarding public health in Florida and the Department of Health, so that you have an understanding of what's going on there. And then we'll open it up for what questions that you have on literally anything healthcare related, and any other topics that may just be burning a hole in your brain regarding what's going on with government in the state of Florida. And so with that, hopefully that meets with your approval, and we will we'll kind of get rolling. And for anybody that's in one of these screens behind me, I'm going to probably struggle with not having my back to you occasionally, so I'm going to occasionally wave, and you'll know I'm alive. And if you want to get my attention, like, wave your arms and somebody up here will tell me that I need to answer your question. So first off, Dr. Foster mentioned my role in the Florida House. I do represent District 101, which means that for me, and for those of you that don't know, there are 120 state representatives in Florida. Brief little civics throwback here. And District 101 incorporates the majority of Pembroke Pines, the western part of Miramar, a small portion of Davie, all of the Everglades in Broward County, and then the eastern portion of Collier County, the community of Immokalee, Ave Maria, Golden Gate, and North Naples. And what binds the two is the Everglades and the obvious environmental and water quality concerns that are shared uniquely by that Everglades experience.